Walking the dog Monday, February 10th here. As you can see, the community still basically nobody outside, everybody in their apartments. Here is a local news board. Everything is about the virus. There's a scan code for local police information, how to wear a mask, wash your hands. Here's a look at my community. Virtually empty outside. Normally this kids playground would be occupied any time of the day, and probably till about 8 p.m. at night. There's nobody out. Here is the east gate, my community. It's wired shut. Notice everybody go to the front gate because we have to have our temperature checked upon entering and exiting. My dog doesn't understand that the gate's closed. She likes to go out this way. Come on, let's go the other gate. Come on. And here's my temperature check. Every day, in and out. Hello. Hey, get away from me. Here's something new. The mall entrance is barricaded. I guess they don't want anybody even walking through the mall, even though it's all closed. And here in front of the KPR Resort, all shops closed. You see the pink notice on every door, not to reopen. All the restaurants and stores on the main street here, Pongshin Road, are closed. There's nobody out. Oh, there's somebody on a bicycle with gloves and mask. This is normally a bustling area. Here, Pongshin Lu, completely empty. Normally this is about 1:30 p.m. It would be pretty busy. Here you can see most of the city buses, and these are the long distance buses that go from Dapeng area to downtown Shenzhen. They're all idle. They are running, but at very big intervals. Instead of the normal 5 to 10 minute intervals, they're now running at 30 minutes. Taking my dog for a walk out of the community for a change. This is a local restaurant. It's lunchtime. Should be open and packed. Shuttered. Government center across the way is in operation. And coming up here is Dapeng People's Square. It's a very large square for public use. There's all kinds of events held here. There's exercise. Usually the grandmas are out exercising, doing line dancing here every night. Now it's abandoned except for a security guard. And all these banners about taking care, stay inside, wash your hands, wear a mask in public. Here is the square. You've got a stage up there, band shell, and all you have is a sign again, electronic billboard, with the video playing the whole time about how to avoid the virus and personal hygiene. Also, you can see up in the stage area, there's a red electronic billboard with more instructional information about the same. This should be packed even in the middle of the day. There's normally no less than 150 people here, and at night maybe 300 or more on a typical night exercising. Center of Dapeng Square, Dapeng People's Square. As you can see, completely empty. This big red star banner was just installed before Chinese New Year's, and there was a marathon here. All that is now in the distant past, it seems, as everything is totally white. Nothing going on here. Here's a shot from the center of Dapeng Square. Behind me is the information screen. Normally there's movies playing back there. Big stage for performances. Just a big sign about personal hygiene and avoiding the virus. And huge banner that was put up right before Chinese New Year is behind me. And here, oh, the appliance store is open. But the tea shops, restaurants, this is one of the busier kind of food streets. That one with the green rolled-up shutters behind me, that's a very busy tea shop. Right behind me here, Tree Tea also. People just hang out there all day with bubble tea, and it's completely closed. This is the first. China Mobile is reopened, service center there. But you see all the restaurants and shops have these pink signs, government mandated closure. Here I see one restaurant reopened across the street. So it seems like there is some progress in getting things back open here in Dapeng, which is luckily not hard hit like downtown or the Hubei province, of course. But again, under major abundance of caution and trying to contain the virus spread, the government has been shutting restaurants and local businesses, and now they require every company before they reopen to apply to the government and guarantee that they provide safety gear like masks and gloves to the employees. The restaurant's closed. I realize again, today is February 10th, which is, after much delay, the third date where the government has specified that people would start getting back to work. So that explains why some of the restaurants are now finally opening. And I guess they've been approved. But you can see all these stores are still closed. And this is the downtown shopping street here in Dapeng Center. Here is one fruit shop which never closed. Most of the produce and supermarket places were open the entire time, and this is well stocked. There was a shortage around January 23rd. And this restaurant is finally reopened today. This is like Hunan Hot Pot. This Pizza Hut is still closed, but this guy is inside maybe disinfecting. I know they have a lot of requirements before they can reopen. And this is new. All the escalators for the Kaisa KPR Resort Mall are closed. Cannot go up off the ground floor. Drugstore is open, never closed, and big supply of vitamin C. But look at that, they don't want you going in. You can only go up to that front there and have somebody help you. This is one of my favorite chicken hot pot places. Coconut chicken over here. It's not part of a chain that's really good downtown, but it's just as good, and it's right here local. And all these shops were actually open up until about, I would say, February 1st, and then the government came and closed everybody. Normally, especially during the holidays, there's all kinds of events, music events and various acts. There's a lot of kids shows going on in this mall every day, and nothing going on now. Just imagine all these stores. This is a small local mall, except for the tea shop. Oh, and I see L Street Black Cat Cafe has reopened today. But this mall is losing all kinds of business. Just imagine nationwide, all the malls are shuttered, all the stores are shuttered. Happy Spring Festival. The stage was set up for events, and that never happened. My dog is really bored with my videoing. L Street Cafe is very popular with some Korean friends of mine here in Dapeng. I have to say though, the food is awful in my opinion. I don't go there at all. And the same goes for Royal Tea. Powdered bubble tea, awful. There's a great cheese tea shop here locally that makes cheese tea with cream cheese floating on top. Another view of the mall here, completely closed up still, except for a few shops that have been approved to reopen. And actually I'm surprised here, Xinghome, they've been open up until maybe 3 days ago. So now the government just required everybody closed until they reapply to open and prove that they're providing safety gear like masks and gloves to the employees, and that the shops have been sterilized. What that means, I don't know. Maybe that they've wiped down the doors, door handles with some alcohol or antiseptic. Yeah, here's Pizza Hut. There's somebody sterilizing, I guess you can say that. It's probably the first time in China that the average restaurant is using any antiseptic cleaner to clean anything. Something that should be done normally is finally getting done nationwide. And I'm sure once this epidemic is over, they'll stop doing it again. Wondering how the real estate market will take a hit on this. Here in Dapeng, overall, pretty affordable compared to downtown, but still crazy expensive compared to the U.S., for example. Here is about 30 to 40,000 RMB per square meter. Downtown, anything from 70 to 150,000 RMB per square meter. And up ahead here is a delivery pickup location. Normally a delivery man will come right to your door, but now they're not allowed into the community past the checkpoint at the front here. And here we can have a chance to watch somebody have their temperature taken before entry. This guy's grabbing tissues, that's not a good sign. And now my turn. Okay. Now back in my community, as you can see, it's very quiet. But if you look around, you can see all the apartments, laundry is hanging again, which means everybody is back home. And that includes people that may have returned from Hubei province or in their travels from anywhere may have come in contact with people with the virus, and unfortunately they might have brought the virus with them. Actually in my building, on my floor, just directly across from me, actually diagonally across one door, one neighbor is under government imposed self-isolation. He's not in quarantine, but he came in from somewhere else, and he's under watch for 14 days before he can leave his own apartment to make sure that he is not carrying the virus or sick. A little scary. He's right about 8 feet away from my door. By the way, this is a resort community. We have a really nice pool, and I've never seen it with water because I went to the US over the summer when they just filled it, and then I came back, it was empty again for the winter. Here, even on the front door, virus information. In the lobby, more virus information. Actually, one of the only places I've ever seen it in English. Plastic covered elevator buttons, so they can spray some disinfectant multiple times a day. Elevator itself, more notices. It says disinfected, covered with plastic. And I don't even like to touch my key to it, but anyway, I clean it, spray it with Lysol when I get back in. And as I mentioned earlier, on my floor, right near me is this notice of somebody being quarantined in this apartment. And I'm right here.
What are you doing? You gonna make a video?